our main focus is in our community. Every penny that we collect, we want to put it back in our community. And that's really important to us. And this year, not because it's a different parade or someone else is running it or it's, I don't know, a different year or a different parade theme. But for this year, we took in a little bit more attention to details. And these details require a little bit more money. And because of that, every penny will be worth it. And we will like to put that truck who's driving the whole train of everyone who's participating to an auction. So who's betting the most is going to drive it.
Welcome to the McKinney Podcast, the show that celebrates what makes McKinney unique by nature. This podcast exists to spotlight the people, the organizations, and the events that shape our great city. You can count on every episode to tell a compelling story and help increase your awareness and perspective on what's happening around McKinney. Your hosts for this fun-filled adventure are Fred Mahusay, owner of FredShots Photography, and James Jenkins, CEO of RiskWell. Connect with us on YouTube and on our website, McKinneyPodcast.com. Now, let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of the McKinney Podcast. We celebrate what makes us unique by nature. Are you glad that I get to say these two names together?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I would just call them by their first names because that's very easy.
No, it's not. I'm just gonna go in and you can tell me if I get it right. We've got Betty Petkovsek.
That's right.
Because I learned that from last time.
That's right.
And Anca Wetegrove.
Yo, there we go.
There we go. I'm 2 for 2. Awesome.
That's right.
Names are so important. They're so fun.
They
It's
are.
like every name tells a story. So and I'm just super serious about getting people's names right. I usually just ask, how would you like me to pronounce this? Because invariably, I would say it wrong. There's like 7 different ways I can say that name wrong, and at least 7 that I can say your name wrong. So welcome, ladies. And
Thank
we
you.
are here to talk about McKinney Rotary Club as well as the Parade of Lights, the 27th annual Parade of Lights.
Mm-hmm.
When people think about experiences for their family, for their kids, for the holiday energy, things that are quintessentially McKinney, the Holiday Parade of Lights is definitely on the short list because you get to experience our wonderful downtown. You get to experience a cup of hot chocolate from a local vendor or whatever, and then you get to see the Parade of Lights with so many businesses represented, all the creative ways of displaying the lights, the elected officials riding on the backs of pickup trucks and whatnot. I mean, it is just the best small town America thing that anyone could spend their Saturday doing.
Right. No matter how big McKinney gets, no matter how many car washes and donut shops and all the other things that we add, our downtown square and that parade brings it all back down to, that family feeling that you cannot, substitute for anything else. And I just tell people, if you haven't been to the parade, you're missing out probably on one of the greatest events just to feel like the community that we are, to be a part of it. Show up. Although show up a little bit earlier because it's a little bit crowded. A little bit more crowded.
40,000 participants. I'm reading the notes here because they brought notes, folks. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to see there's like 8 pages
I'm
of
known
notes.
as the spreadsheet, so there we go.
I don't have any problem with that. I love the level of preparation because as any regular listener of the show can tell you, and Betty can tell you because she's already been here once, we tend to go off script a lot because it's just an organic conversation. When so many times people will ask me ahead of time, can you send me a list of questions? And I'll be like, no, not really. Well, what are we going to talk about? I don't know.
But to go back to what you both have said, I'm originally coming from Romania, where I was born. So the Hollywood has been part of a little bit of the American culture that I was exposed to, right?
Yeah.
And one day in my 40s, being one of the side chairs with Betty, organizing a Hallmark.
This is your moment.
This is like it's the moment of my peak of my life. To say, not the least, that is not a dream come true. I didn't really plan for it. I just jumped into this boat.
Yes, she did.
But it is an American dream pretty much. Be able to be part of the Rotary Club and organize one of the awesome best events of the year in McKinney is like, it's unbelievable.
Of the 3 parades that are very regular, like every year we have 3 parades for sure. Maybe others, but there's always the 3. The Parade of Lights is just the most magical thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm 42 years old and I'm sitting there going, I just love it so much.
Yeah. And as someone who grew up in Florida and was at Disney World a lot, especially after our children were born, I have to say, there is something magical about the Disney parade, but there's a synthetic and cannedness to it. Mm-hmm. And the crowds are all excited just because, you're seeing, oh, look, it's Mickey Mouse. Oh, look, it's Mickey Mouse in a spacesuit. Oh, look, it's Mickey Mouse. There's that. But I say, when you just see the smiles on the faces, and as a photographer, I'm watching the people in the parade, but I'm watching the people around me and just the genuine joy of like, this is my community.
and that's what makes it worth it,
yes.
Because it requires a lot of work, which is fun, takes a lot of organization, which Anca's doing a great job. But when you see the families come together and how excited they are, that's what makes it all worth it.
Yeah. And I tell you, all we need to make this a true Hallmark level production is for someone to propose to someone in the middle of it.
But we have to make sure that one of
giving
them
me
owns
ideas.
a bakery.
That's right.
And one of them has to come from New York City.
Yes. Well, she has to come from New York
a different
City
country.
and have had everything in the palm of their hand in that big city, but realize that there was something missing. And they just come back to visit.
We'll have to work on that, Anca.
That's right.
Do you have anyone who needs to get married?
Let me put together a
Do
spreadsheet.
you have anyone who's thinking about proposing?
It's not in the notes, but wouldn't that be like the ultimate?
That would be
ultimate.
Cute. Yeah.
I mean, we would need some coordination with the parade to make sure that everything just paused at the right moment.
Right.
But we all know where it would happen. It would happen right in front of the courthouse on the north side, right there across from Rick's Chop House, where they usually have the person standing there with a microphone announcing the floats and whatnot. That's where it would need to happen.
Or it could happen in a side street where we can see it. We can see it in the background.
Yeah, it's right. It's right next to the big tree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get Allison. Do you want to get proposed? Can I propose to you a second time, Allison? I'd like to do that. We can renew our vows after 16 years. So
well, after so many different, years that we've been here as a family, myself and my husband and our daughters. Last year was the first time I went to the parade.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. There is no shame in that. Listen,
but not only that it was the first time, but I was the one who was driving the truck.
On. That was a confession.
Yeah.
Do you have a confession to make?
Yes.
We didn't play any music in your episode at all.
You did not.
Well, it was top to bottom so entertaining.
Anca, would you like to make a confession?
Yes. Last year was the first time I've been attending the Parade of Lights, and I apologize.
But wait, go to the news break. Go to the news break one.
Hold on, where's the news? There we go.
Oh.
But
announcement.
Breaking news.
The first time you attended the parade, tell us in what capacity that you were there.
I was driving the big wheel, and I am also known, a.k.a. the big wheel lady.
The big wheel lady. So your first parade, you're driving the big wheel. And you were co-chair of the event.
And
today.
I think even bigger news is that she is taking it over this year.
No kidding.
That's huge.
Wow, that is breaking
and
news.
I must say, this is the first that I've heard of this.
Wow.
But to be honest,
you didn't know we had music.
To be honest, the fun part of all was when they told me that you're not only driving the big wheel, but you're going to pull the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, Henrik, my husband, I need your help. There's going to be someone really important back there. I just need you to have one eye in the back and one eye on the front where the kids are.
Yep.
Because I'll be a little bit afraid of everything. It was fun. It was amazing. And we did have a great time. Although my husband was confused a couple of times to be the Santa, and they were so screaming for him, has a white beard, he's a big guy. He said he's not going to come back again. He does not want to feel that old again. But
oh, wow.
But his adoring fans, all the children.
Yeah, I know. He had a green shirt and his... white beard.
We couldn't get more.
It's for the kids, Heinrich.
Yeah. We couldn't get a more authentic Saint Nicholas.
Yeah.
All right.
He is authentic.
Yes.
He's coming from the East.
Well, the original Sinterklaas was German. So, yeah.
It's like I say, it doesn't get any better than that.
Wait, let's wait for him to retire first.
Well,
there you go.
We are recording this in May, so he does have a little bit of time to soften up.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have time to wear down his defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We would try.
So you're spreading the word about participants in the parade. You want to make sure people know about it. Are you looking for other formal sponsors as well? Because I know the CDC, the Community Development
MCDC.
Corporation, is backing this as they do many local events.
Yes, they've always been very supportive and backing.
Yeah. So what do y'all need? What's the ask from the network, from the audience that you're in front of right now? You've got hundreds of people hearing this. What's the level of engagement that people can have other than just get a float in the parade? Because of course there's going to be over 100 floats in the parade, from the doctor's office to the dentist to the city council person to the fire department. I mean, anybody anywhere. I mean, Cub Scout Troop 496. We've been in the parade 3 times. I've only been watching the parade once. I've been in the parade 3 times.
But you're not driving a big wheel.
I'm not driving a big wheel.
You got to have goals here.
No. What do you want people to know about as they start to think about, their level of engagement and participation in this year's parade?
So this year's Parade of Lights has a new theme, as does every year. And this year's Parade of Lights theme is Passport to the Holidays. And we are looking to include a more diverse, multicultural, global presence. We would like for businesses to capture that on their floats. The businesses that we would like to address, let's say our call to action, now register, please be a sponsor, we will want to send out a little later. For now, we just want to focus on a different level of businesses, because businesses who have money, they will always reach out to us. They will want to say, hey, I want to buy my float. Here's the money. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I personally own a very small company, and I know how important it would have been for myself to have the opportunity to participate in an event like such, but I don't have the actual cash. So we have the support received in the past, and it has been shown to work really well. I don't want to make a mistake and say something wrong, so I'm just going to go back.
That's fine. Read from your notes if you need to.
Refer to your notes.
It's called the in-kind sponsorship.
Yes.
And these are the best in sponsorship that we can get. And we would like to support the small business, the small local businesses, the mom and pop, those who just bake it or decorate it or bring the additional resources that we will need. For example, one of the major issues that most of times nonprofits are facing towards is the volunteer work. And it's really hard to not necessarily to motivate people. People are motivated. It's just the lack of time and resources. But if we offer them a sponsorship, they have a different interest to approach this.
Yeah.
So we were thinking the best will be to ask businesses to put their efforts in marketing our event, spread the word out there. For example, real estate agents, they have such a wide range, approaching so many households and reaching to so many other different levels that we will not have access to. And we will need, prior to the event, to market this event through signages, flyers. We would like to inform the neighborhoods better for the future so that they are prepared for this day, which could be a little tricky for those who live around the Finch Park, for example.
Mm-hmm.
We want to have, we would like to have them informed in time, so we can organize things, we can manage things, we can be well prepared and maybe on a script, but still we need people on the ground to do that work. And MCDC, which is one of the larger, and over the 26 period of time, they've been the sponsor for the marketing material and for everything that marketing requires. They were giving us some ideas how to better do this partnership with other businesses, and this was one of it. And I'm looking for companies, or we are looking for companies who are willing to do the setup day, to coordinate the floats, to even decorate the big wheel. Maybe someone is willing to do that.
There you go. You could do that.
Yeah.
You can be the big wheel decorator.
And for the truck.
And there you go.
For the big truck,
Perfect.
the one that is going to drive the big wheel, I would like to start a campaign. So the big wheel has on our McKinney Rotary page a designated page for it. It's called Jane. The big wheel's name is Jane.
Mm-hmm.
My truck's name is Steve. Steve always pulls Jane. And we are looking for a site gig for Jane for the Parade of Lights. We will set up a open betting. Who's betting the most is going to drive the wheel on the Parade of Lights. So whoever is going to win the bet is going to be driving. And it's good for the businesses, right? They have exposure. First car, driving 2 times around, exposure 40,000+ people. And I think that's a great opportunity for whoever would like to advertise.
You're going to have several $1,000s put up for that
That's
one.
right.
We will take it. We will need the money
Yeah.
because our goal as a nonprofit organization is to help our community through lots of grants that we do. And that's the only purpose of this event is, well, I take that back. The purposes of this event are to help the community bring a hallmark, build picture event, and then every penny that we collect, we help the community. There are so many in need organizations in our community that need the support. And we have had tremendous amount of grants giving last month. I think we gave over 5 different grants last month, which was amazing to see it all coming. Huck's Cafe, the museum,
Garden kitchen.
the garden kitchen, Grace...
Grace
Grace
for
to
Change.
Change,
Grace
yeah.
to Change.
So many great projects that are community located. Yes, the Rotary International does global grants too, and we participate on these as well. But our main focus is in our community. Every penny that we collect, we want to put it back in our community. And that's really important to us. And this year, not because it's a different parade or someone else is running it, or it's, I don't know, a different year or a different parade theme. But for this year, we took in a little bit more attention to details. And these details require a little bit more money. And because of that, every penny will be worth it. And we will like to put that truck who's driving the whole train of everyone who's participating to an auction. So
There you go.
who's betting the most is going to drive it.
Love it.
Okay, so you touched on it there. We have great civic-based organizations here in McKinney, and across the nation. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, Rotary, you're like the Kiwanis or the Lions Club." What makes the Rotary different?
I am unfamiliar with the others in order to make a comparison, and I do not like to make comparison within any other clubs, organizations, because everyone does work differently. But this is what I know about the Rotary Club in which I am a member. And I would like to mention this, that I am a new member of the American life too. I'm just 10 years in USA. I cannot speak for everything and everyone. My knowledge reduces itself on a radius of 20+ miles in my experiences as well. Although I visited over 40 states in the US, it doesn't mean anything. But my personal opinion, what Rotary Club does and has always done since the first day I joined a year ago, it's always giving back to the community. And it's not just money. Okay, we all need money, but that's not everything.
Volunteer hours are probably the most important thing.
The most important thing, yes.
Yeah.
But what we do differently is that we listen. So the community is bringing a lot of projects to us, and we have a committee for that. I can't speak for the committee, but I know from my experience in watching their work is that they take in everything that's coming in. It will be not filtered and only the best gets the money. Everyone gets a little bit of what we can do. Mm-hmm. We can't do thousands of dollars in one project or on one inquiry, but we do a little bit whenever we can, and we participate on almost everything that's happening around the McKinney community. One of the best things that happen, can I say it?
What's that?
The dress.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can. Yeah, no, you can.
I'll start it. You can finish.
Okay.
I've been in McKinney the first time with my family in 2013, I think. And we visited a little bit to make sure this is the right decision that we make. And so we went to the museum. We went to the
Meals on. Are you talking about when we were taking the checks?
Yes.
Meals on Wheels.
No, but myself with my family.
Oh,
when I was visiting parts of McKinney just to make sure this is it. And when we saw downtown, we thought, it looks like at home. So we will move here. This is it. So we visited the museum, and we saw a lot of beautiful things about McKinney and the history, and we learned a lot. And then 15 years later, going back with Betty and our grand check that we wanted to offer for 2 wedding dresses that will be restored. You probably are familiar. In McKinney, we have one of the biggest events in spring where the brides and grooms can choose their dresses, decor. What is it called? The event? There's an event where...
It's a trade show, basically.
It's like a trade show, but it has a specific name. It doesn't matter.
It's a wedding expo for sure.
A wedding expo,
right. Anyway,
right.
All the wedding-y kind of vendors.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there were 2 dresses
catering and photographers and whatnot, right?
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
All those people, too.
Like that, yeah. So there were 2 dresses who were intended to be as displayed to showcase this is how history of dresses have been, wedding dresses have been across centuries. And 2 of these wedding dresses, we decided that we can sponsor to restore them. And we went there. And what happened?
One was my grandmother's dress from like 1909, which we did not know that before we went. Because we went to present a check to the museum because it cost like $500 per dress to get it restored because they're so fragile. And so we said, well, what dresses are you going to do? And the first box she went to, it was my grandmother's dress from 1909. So it was kind of one of those moments that it was like.
Wow.
But the fun story is that Betty has been.
I was on the Collin County History Museum board for 10 years. And, we went through a few directors, and every time somebody new would come in, I'd say, do we know where? I think my grandmother's wedding dress is here somewhere. And, but we never could find it. And for some reason, they have a new director at the museum, and we've had a lot of good directors, but she just put her hands right on it. And so it was it was funny. I said, I've been looking for that for 10 years.
Yeah. And just so, so people know, that McKinney does have a museum in downtown.
Yes.
Right off of Virginia and
Chestnut.
Chestnut, that's it. It's
It's a beautiful building, Collin County History Museum.
That's one thing Elizabeth and I said, we have got to go and do that. But it hasn't happened yet. I've photographed many people on the steps there. It's a great corner.
I think it's one of the prettiest buildings in downtown McKinney. It's beautiful. But, to go back to your question about Kiwanis and Lions Club and Rotary Club. My husband was in Kiwanis Club for a while, so I kind of think that we all serve a similar purpose. But
yes, and this is not to say that, one is better than the other. No. But everybody has their mission.
Yes. The thing about our Rotary Club is we've been here for at least 100 years. I don't know how long the other ones have been here. My family has been in the Rotary Club for over 100 years.
Well, your family's been here since they broke ground on McKinney, right?
Yeah. So, but it's just a great, we really do. We have a really good club, I think, a good purpose, and it's a good.
But isn't this such an amazing bridge that you can make between generations of McKinney born, raised, and me?
Yeah.
I think this was just the best combo we could get, I feel like. And so that's how my idea came up with the theme of this year. It is one place, but is a community of different people. And me being able to learn from the best is the best anyway.
That's right.
But I've been always fascinated by Betty with her energy and always motivation that she's bringing in. I thought it's going to be hard, very hard for me to fill in these gaps that she was bringing. But there's not a question, has never been a call or a text that she was never able or wanting to help. And I feel like we work good together, and I love that, and I appreciate that a lot. But again, I'm only a messenger of a lot of knowledge and work that's coming from. I may be the chair, but actually I'm the result of all the effort others have put before me, and this is what makes the Rotary so cool. Is that the chair, this really good big responsibility chair, is not filled for a long time. We have a very short period of time that we can do it. And in that time, we need to put in as much effort as possible to take the script that has been done so far and make a better one. So we had Betty on here, so we learned a little bit about her. People have tuned in, and they're hearing there's just a slight accent that you're speaking with, and some people are asking, is that East or West Texas? Right, and we know that it's neither.
It's East Texas, very
far
Texas.
east. That's like across the water east. Yeah. So your husband is German, you're Romanian, and you've already confessed to 10 years. How long have you lived in the United States now?
11 this year.
11 this year, and you moved directly from Germany, Romania to McKinney, Texas.
I moved in 1999 to Germany, lived there for a few good years, and then we moved together in 2015 here.
Why the move from Europe to the United States? Why Texas, and why McKinney? Where else did you look?
Nowhere. We didn't look anywhere.
Else.
So my husband's company is mothership is in Germany, Buxtehude, where we are from, more or less. And that main base company has all over the world offices, and one of them is here in Richardson, Texas. My husband has worked for this company for over 36 years, same company, and they were asked if they could come here and fix the office in Richardson, and he fixed it so well, they offered him the job. So we moved.
So you moved. So did you consider Richardson, Allen, Plano, first going to those places?
No. Well, we had an awesome real estate agent. I can tell you, if you can communicate with your real estate agent like Germans do, to the point, and that real estate agents can grab it, which they can because that's what they do best, is to read the customer. She already knew what we wanted. And what we wanted was something to feel like home. And this is McKinney. Yes.
And then,
I swear, part of my soul is German. I'm very direct in my communication. So I very much enjoyed my visit to Frankfurt on the way to Russia back in 2010. Very amazing experience there.
Well,
great country.
It took me a while to actually understand and feel the German way. It's so different than my home country, which makes me sound like an arrogant, but I took from my home country my spirit of being joyful, and I took from Germany the action of always being prepared, and I live in USA, living the beautiful life of just combining both. So I think that's, for me, it's a plus.
And so you come to McKinney, Texas, you one day see the parade, or someone says, hey, you should check this out and drive the big wheel, No,
I'm not like that. That was the Romanian in me who just said, yeah, well, sure, I'll do it. I'm a yes sir. So, and someone needed help, and I said, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I have a truck. I can do it. I had no idea what's going to happen.
Well,
I didn't know that this would be big.
So what's the date? What's the date of the event?
December 12th.
Okay.
2026.
December 12th, and that's a Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's a good thing about it. This has been in the talks for a while, and I'm so appreciative of Gregory and Andrew from
Main Street.
Main Street. Yes. Andrew Jones.
Who have been so amazing. We agreed upon the fact that we don't want to always announce a new date every year. that will make it so inconsistent. And I recommended, can we do one thing only for this parade? Second Saturday in December. So we are just focusing on the second Saturday in December. We don't want to focus anymore on the date. I learned that a little bit from the past. With my pre-work with Betty, we both came to the idea, let's ask other cities who organize parades like such. So I went with Grapevine, I went with Dallas, some others, and they told me, yeah, this is what we do. And I thought, we can do that too. So second Saturday in December.
Well, there's two things I want to bring up, and I think it's probably a double question asker to get these ladies on their way. How do you feel about us promoting this with Community Impact Newspaper? I've got a great relationship with them. I bet Miranda Talley would be happy to run a picture, maybe even a short article talking about the in-kind sponsorships and letting people know the auction for the big wheel. Community Impact loves this sort of story.
And Miranda Talley, she's always been a big supporter.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We love Miranda.
Yes,
So if you haven't talked to them yet, I'm perfectly happy to share the picture that we'll take after this episode and just lend our support to get the word out. Secondly, the actual club meeting is open to the public, anybody who wants to come and see what's going on. I will say it is a who's who of McKinney, because there's a lot of people in that room that are big-time contributors to our city, business leaders and nonprofit, board members and founders and elected officials and just private citizens who want to jump in. But if you want to be in a room full of people that are very eager to see McKinney be the very best version of itself, folks, I can't recommend it enough. I have never been there for a meeting myself because the timing is really, really hard for me to ever make with consistency. So I haven't ever tried to join because.
So is that an announcement?
The announcement is Fridays at 12.
That's right.
You should be.
We would love for both of y'all to be there.
The McKinney Rotary Club.
Because you meet where?
At Rick's.
At Rick's.
Downtown McKinney.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
It's upstairs at Rick's in the ballroom of the Grand Hotel, right?
That's it, yes.
Yeah. And it's great food, great
and we
conversation.
get out of there right at 1:00.
Yeah.
So you're in and out pretty fast.
Yeah.
And we always have great speakers, interesting thematics. There's always been around the community as well as Dallas Metroplex. We learn about development and knowledge and people.
Just as an example, I thought it was so speaking of their character as men and as leaders when Bill Cox and Scott Sanford were running against each other for mayor. They're both Rotarians, and they both were very kind and gracious towards each other. Neither one of them spoke ill about the other. Their supporters did a bunch of stuff that I don't necessarily agree with. But I thought it was very interesting. Both candidates for mayor are very active in Rotary and spoke well of each other as fellow Rotarians. I was like, it's interesting. Whichever one of these guys wins, we're going to have a Rotarian as mayor of McKinney. And kudos to both of them for handling themselves the way that each one of them did. I just thought it was very...
They really did. They both came to Rotary during the campaign, and they really did a good, nobody spoke about it. It was just it was really good.
That's just the caliber of people that you have as Rotarians in McKinney.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, so back to the parade. I love the multicultural approach because, as James and I have said, McKinney is the perfect place for everybody to live, as long as you're a good human being.
Yeah.
If you're not a good human being,
if you're a jerk, go live in Frisco. Okay,
somewhere else. But it's not just about the people in the parade because what are the numbers? What sort of manpower, boots on the ground, do you need for the parade to happen?
Or woman power, as the case may be.
That's why I said boots on the ground. I said manpower first, but boots on the ground. How many people are in a support role for the parade to be successful? It's not just one person driving and one person saying, "Way to go."
Well, I think this year we have relied on Rotarians, and I think after last year, which the thing has grown, we have decided that we're going to have to branch out, and get more help.
Absolutely.
So I think Anca has come up with a plan to try to get more volunteers and.
The Rotary year,
big wheel driver.
The Rotary year doesn't start and end on the 1st of December 31st of December and the 1st of January, but it ends and starts in July, mid-year. Every mid-year, we elect a new president or a elected president who was elected. It will be then officiated, and then every president has a new committee, and every year a new committee is built again together. The reason is that no one should sit on one seat and get too comfortable. You build better leadership like such. And then we don't have one. We don't have a committee. It's going to be created and built in July. For now, it's just Betty and I. She gave me the opportunity to raise up to the task, and then I will create a committee in July.
Okay.
How thick was that 3-ring binder that you handed her with
Or
notes upon notes upon notes upon
volumes
notes?
of binders?
It was a big binder.
Was a big
You're
binder.
literally handing the book
I
over.
did. That's exactly
Because
what I
I've been
did.
around you long enough to realize you probably have a big fat 3-ring binder.
That's
That's it. Do you know Harold McLeod? He
Yes,
has done it in the
love Harold.
past. And he tried to show it to us on the computer and this and that.
Too
I said,
small.
Harold, I need a book. I need a book. And so sure enough, it's a book about this big. So when I gave it to Anca, she kept asking me stuff. I said, look in the book.
That's right. There's a tab for it.
Yeah.
There's a tab for it. But so you said last year or in previous years, it's always been just the Rotarians that have been your force on the ground. But and so what's the membership number of the Rotary Club of McKinney? How many do you have?
I think it's close to, is it close to 80?
We are 80 plus 2 honorary.
So you're telling us that 82 people managed how many were in attendance at
40,000.
40,000?
40,000.
And how many float entries did you have?
80.
We had probably closer to 100.
Okay, so-
and then we've got the 3 bands from which we love from all the high schools,
Yes.
which that's
Marching in
huge
there,
right
that's right.
there.
Yeah,
So,
and you have parents that help out with that.
we have
but
parents.
Still, though,
Yes.
the
And-
overall
and then also we have the
operations-
city. The city has employees that help
Mhm.
too, but we still need more. We're gonna need more
Okay.
because it's
So-
wonderful. It's a good
For
Good-
this
yeah,
year,
good.
problem.
for this year, they can register if they would like to on our website
Okay.
as a volunteer, and there are
Excellent.
some benefits and some perks to it.
Mhm. Well, listen, I just think that there are people who and organizations that have a mighty pen and a thick checkbook, and they can, and I know that every organization out there welcomes that. And then but a majority of the people, they don't have deep pockets, and lots of commas in their bank account, but they are willing to roll up sleeves. They are willing to, and so what are some of those roles that people can say, I can do that. I can't give you a $10,000 endowment, but I can do this. What are some things that just everyday person can do? Our McKinney podcast listeners, are saying, I would love to be able to do something. What can I do?
That's a great question. Thank you so much for saying that, because this is exactly the directions we want to go to, is to have everyone put a little bit of effort into the needs that we have. First, traffic control, barricades control, helping the neighbors in the Finch Park area to better enter and exit their lots. That'll be one of the major things that we will need. Then the other is to just help coordinate along the track to make sure that the kids don't run outside the track line, that we are going to have the cars. The other thing that we would like to do is, prior to the event, is to then place signs on the streets, is to have flyers distributed. Other thing that we can do on the day is to make sure that the cars are aligned, every car that is supposed to be in line to be aligned with everyone else. What else can we do? The day of, in the moment of the parade, what's as well important is that after the parade has cleaned out, that we can just have someone who's looking around and pick up the things that are not supposed to stay in.
Trash brigade.
We don't.
Well, and also sign collection. I mean,
Sign
there's gotta be
collection
a
is
lot of
really
signs that go out.
important. We don't generate trash per se, but people will, I guess. So we can be just respectful.
40,000 people tend to leave behind some remnants.
There's going to be a water bottle or two.
Oh, yes.
left behind.
Or a sippy cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I am excited about is that this number was shared to us after the parade has happened, and we didn't know that, but that impact 40,000 people that has on the community and on the businesses and on the restaurants, that is huge. And we are so loving this because it helps
Absolutely.
the businesses
Absolutely.
a lot.
Yes.
We thought it would be an impediment for them, but it's not.
No.
They're excited for it. And most of that, we are branded this year. I guess we don't have the cup anymore, but
Oh yeah, where is the cup?
we will bring you some more.
Okay.
But we have
That cup. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
the
Y'all keep talking.
the insulated mug.
YouTube's going to want to see this.
That's right.
we have now a branding which Parade of Lights didn't have before, and
Yes,
I'm
I
really
love it.
excited for that.
Mhm.
I spoke with, let's say, the city broad. I'm not going to say with someone specific because I haven't. There's a bunch of people that I spoke with, and I asked their opinion on what would you like to see if there would be a brand for the Parades of Lights.
Mhm.
And on 3 questions there were, would you like to see this, or that? And everyone responded unanimously to one question that was asked, would you like to see the buildings that are represented in the McKinney area?
There you go.
The
There
flour
you go.
mill, tubs, water, reservoir, and the silos.
Yep.
And it's not so well seen on that one. I apologize, but the
We get the idea.
That's right.
courthouse is in
Yes.
there as well.
Absolutely. No, that's great.
And those are available for purchase for $25 or $30 or whatever.
So here is the good deal about this sponsorship opportunity for all the businesses in downtown McKinney is that we will manufacture, produce with a third party, I guess.
Mhm.
And then we will offer it to the businesses for sale and they can profit from it as well. And we can have some money cashed in from the sales to help our donations.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Mm.
Well, set aside a bucket for us. We'll take quite a few and just gift them. So
There will be more than just cups. Ornaments with the main.
And
I
Are you
know.
going to put the
Are
year
you-
on them?
Yes,
Yes.
collectibles.
Oh, man.
Right?
New tradition
You're
starting right
tapping
here.
There you
into
go.
the Hallmarkisms.
Yes.
So,
Got to have the collection every year.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I can see my wife clamoring right now.
I know it sounds like we are just up for the money, but that's not. I just hope that it's not the message that is going to be here transparent through. Just the fact that we need to have something to make money with. We need something. So
There's nothing wrong with stating that you need to raise funds to
Okay.
support the mission.
I always don't know how to.
Sorry, I'm kind of direct
Yeah,
about it.
no, that's-
Hey, what do you know? The nonprofit organization has a budget. Open your dang checkbook. Let's go. You want one of these? It's $30.
Thank you.
Look at this. That's a quality mug right there. I'm going to sip some hot cocoa or maybe a hot toddy or whatever.
You
You
can
throw
put
some
whatever you
ice in
like.
this thing, it's
We're
going to
good to
keep
go.
stuff hot and
That's
keep
right.
stuff cold.
That's right.
So we've got a lot of nonprofit folks that come through these seats, and I never have any problem at all with just keeping it real. Hey, you know what? It takes donations, it takes in-kind sponsorships, it takes people recognizing that there's alignment in the mission and
That's right.
what Rotary is trying to accomplish. There's alignment between the organization and the people that either volunteer their time, their talents, or their treasure, as the saying goes.
That's right.
Or a combination of all three, perhaps.
Yeah.
So-
you can't get stuff done on goodwill and vibes, right? You know,
Or exposure.
that's right.
Ugh.
Yes, I mean
Yeah,
those
that by
are
itself.
those are all grand, but in the end, it takes financial power to get things done.
Mhm.
And we love our community. We love our community, and this is a totally volunteer. Let's get this record straight here. Like, how much was your paycheck last year for Rotary?
Let's see. I did not receive one. Did you, Anca?
I didn't write one either.
Oh,
Did you get a bonus for driving the wheel? How much was your bonus?
No, it's just the gas that I paid for.
That's right. Yes. So no one here in Rotary is getting paid.
No,
so it's what Anca said. All the proceeds are going to the benefactors. You're not driving a Mercedes or a BMW on Rotary dollars here.
In fact, I think we're paying to do this.
That's right. That's right.
We do.
That's right. That's our thing too. Like we love our community and we love contributors to our community.
Yep.
Yes, it's a idyllic scene to come and visit, get your Hallmark moment photo in front of it, and we're still looking for someone to propose in front of the big Christmas tree.
Wow, what an idea.
So looking for that. That's a non-paid position though.
So
non-paid
to
position.
the young man out there who's thinking, I sure would like to get engaged this holiday season, have we got a deal for you?
That's right. That's right. Come on down.
It will only cost you
Nothing.
No. I'm trying to raise funds here.
Oh.
If you want to be in that spot, what do you say? $250?
Oh.
$500? What?
Starts at?
Well, there's
actually,
not going to be a lot of people fighting over this one.
I think $250 is plenty.
Well, it can happen.
Because they've had to buy the ring, they've had to do this.
Yes.
So you got to think about all that.
But it can happen at 6:30, 7:30. We can actually turn this a couple times.
But it's during the parade, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the overall time
and you
period
got to
of the
keep
parade?
the parade moving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to have to be quick.
Young man, you have 30 seconds.
That's right.
Right now.
And starts. Let's go. Get on your knee, boy. Let's go.
That'd be fun.
So, and we kind of made this a thing, didn't we?
I think it would be.
If you know somebody,
Perfect.
if you know somebody who wants to pop the question and
The
wants a whole
12th
bunch
of
of
December.
eyeballs, Saturday, December 12th.
December 12th.
40,000 people witnessing you take that knee.
I know there's somebody who's going to take us up on this.
12/12/26.
That's right. Make that your day. Make that your day.
I'm on a mission to make this happen now. We got to find this young man. And yeah, it's going to cost you $250. Yeah. And you can make the payment directly to Rotary Club of McKinney. The podcast is in no way involved in this. We're just making it happen.
That's right.
So
But to your point about money, so the one benefit, the biggest benefit of all, is that everyone who participates is with the float or without, just sponsorship. These are all nonprofit donations. It's a huge benefit for every business in the. Everybody knows that, I know, but just making it out there clear, it's a benefit for a business to participate on this event as well financially.
yeah, and also when Community Impact Newspaper gets involved and starts spreading the word, and when people start sharing this picture that we're about to take. So great episode, y'all. Thanks for coming out.
Before we finish, can I ask something?
Go for it, yeah.
I always like to ask the question, from your opinion, from your expertise, from all the seats you said you've been filling in here, what do you think and what would you have for recommendation for us?
Wow. We've never been
In what area?
What area? Do we need to trade seats?
What kind of?
Any that you feel like has been spoken, we discussed, and you feel like, I would think that would be better, or can you add beside the proposal?
No, I think the work that Volunteer McKinney does, they do so much support and education of volunteers of all these different organizations. I think volunteer enablement, volunteer training, volunteer engagement is something that every single organization can do better. And making sure that their people have exactly what they need to be successful in carrying out the mission of the organization. So that's always going to be where I go with advice. It's think about how you can better equip and empower the people that raise their hand and say, I want to help do the Rotary thing. Whatever that looks like for your organization, I would just think, ask yourselves how you can better support and equip the volunteers. To be independent in their fulfillment of the mission. So where they feel confident doing what they need to do without needing oversight, without needing accountability. So the organization is just stronger and more effective.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's a great suggestion.
I love that idea. I also think that for, going back to the, what you said about, everybody can pitch in somewhere. If you had testimonials of people who have volunteered in the past in their position, showing just how easy it is, Because a lot of times when people think, man, they're going to instantly disqualify themselves. I could never do that because I've never done that, or I'm not good at this, or, no one ever picks me. If you had, testimonials of that, along with if you have testimonials from people who've been benefactors of Rotary efforts, to say that, it made a difference. It made a difference in my life. It made a difference in whatever it is that we're a part of, so that people see, wait, I'm not giving to a faceless organization, or it's not just going into some pit, but that they can say, oh, look, this is Timmy or Johnny or Susie, and they could not have done what they needed to do without help from the Rotary.
Well, and I will say, because we announced yesterday for the first time publicly that we're now ready and open for the McKinney's nonprofit organizations to use this studio for your own purposes and to use our conference room for board meetings, for pitch meetings, whatever you guys need to do. Absolutely no cost at all. It is our gift to the nonprofit community in McKinney. Because you can have the Rotary podcast and have Rotary's logo on this screen and do whatever you want to create
you
content.
You can have the Parade of Lights logo on the screen.
There you go. You can create content right over there.
One person?
You can have the one-on-one section doing an interview right here. It doesn't matter. We can do whatever Rotary needs, and we're happy to support you all.
Just so happens that I'm the PR chair too.
There you go.
See?
Do you sleep? Do you eat? What is it that you sacrifice to do all these things?
Nothing.
Wait a minute. So you said your husband, from Germany. Are you a robot? You're not like a real person, right?
No, but
I love life.
All that to say, whatever we can do to support the mission, we're all
This is
in.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
I spent a lot of time and effort building this thing out, thinking, there's a lot of organizations that don't have access to a studio, that don't have a way to just pop in and record for an hour, and then you're someone who volunteers for your organization to edit that video into whatever you want to do with it.
Wow, you're the best. This is awesome.
That's great.
Because I'm a technical, nerdy person. I love audio video stuff. I just like it. And I was like, why would we not take something that I'm really interested in for the benefit of McKinney? Oh, yeah. Hold on 1 second.
The McKinney Rotary Club will be hosted by...
What? Am I hosting?
Well, you're the hosting building, right?
Well, yeah.
By the McKinney Podcast.
McKinney Podcast and RiskWell and FredShots.
And FredShots.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. That's it. Okay. That button's getting used this time.
That's right. Wait, that's how she works. You notice we introduced it, and before the end of the show, she's already figured out how to work it in.
Yeah.
We didn't use that button once when Jim and I were here.
No. I always try to read the energy of the guest. And
we do not have this energy. Jim and I do not have this energy.
Okay,
it's a different kind of energy.
You know Anca's in charge now, right? I'm just doing her bidding.
I know. It's amazing. Okay, so Betty, how long have you been with the Rotary?
Well, I joined 7 years ago.
Okay. And how long have you been in leadership with the Rotary?
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
So see a pattern here.
I do the youth. I do one of the youth programs, and then I've always loved the parade. And when I joined, I started working with the route and lining up cars, and it's just one of my favorite events. It's always been one of my favorite events.
So it's a highlight for you.
Oh yeah.
But as someone who's been with the Rotary for 7 years and been actively involved in the Rotary, Anca comes along, speaks some truth here. What do you see in her? And because it takes a lot to be a leader. Because you're at the top. That also means you're the center of all the targets.
It is. I am so encouraged by Anca and her energy, and because she's so sincere in what she wants to do. And I was so, when she said she would do the parade, of course I didn't realize she'd only been 1 year, but
I'll take the wheel.
But she has so many ideas. She just brings a lot to the table but it's exciting. It's good.
Well,
I'm excited too.
No, this has been a wonderful conversation, y'all. I'm really glad you can make time for it. You want to hit him with that question and we'll get him out of here?
Okay. Now, did you get the question?
I did, but I didn't answer it.
Okay. All right. So we'll ask Anca. Anca, who would win in a fight to the death between a between a giant polar bear
12 feet tall
and a great white shark
18 feet long?
Who's going to win?
They're in a body of water 6 feet deep. There's no shoreline,
No shoreline.
no ground, no getting out of the water,
No escape.
and it's to the death.
To the death.
Who wins that fight? I like this hype man approach.
None of them. They're both going to meet later for dinner and eat some
Whoa.
seal.
That might be the best answer
I love that.
we've ever heard.
So
Why are we fighting, bro? I don't know. Do you want to go eat some seal?
Are you just that encouraging? She didn't, when I asked her what makes Rotary, different from the other two organizations, she instantly led with, I'm not going to speak poorly of them. What I'm going to tell you about is how awesome the Rotary is.
It just means she's a good nonprofit leader.
Yeah, no.
She sees the big picture.
Yes.
Because, we want to have good energy with Kiwanis and Lions Club too.
Absolutely. I mean, they're great organizations also, and this isn't a, because I do this better, or if I don't like it, I'm going to take my ball and go home.
But here's
It's
the
none of
fun
that.
part. We cross memberships.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Through all
Yes.
the clubs.
That's
we
right.
have members in ours and in theirs, and we are just working
Because
together.
we're all Team McKinney.
That's right.
That's it. That's all
To
we
your
are.
point,
line.
yes.
We're all Team McKinney.
And Anca didn't say anything about this, but last Friday they announced that she's a future president of Rotary in 3 years, I think. Is it 3 years, Anca?
They call it
So-
going through the chairs. Did you know that?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep. So,
Wow.
It's going to be
Yeah.
exciting.
So does that mean you're secretary this year?
In 2.
Okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
We are on 4 years.
So you're 4. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. And then after you're president, then you're president emeritus. And you're immediate past president,
Mhm.
And then after that, you're
Right.
president emeritus.
Right.
So
And
I'm
then,
yeah.
and then she
It'll
moves,
be fun.
And then she moves into the chairs of Rotary International. Right?
I don't know
swear.
about that.
all of these well-organized groups, they all have the same 4 chairs. So yeah, I haven't
Thanks.
gone through the chairs with Rotary, obviously, because I'm not a Rotarian yet. Maybe I will be at some point. Who knows?
You don't
Um,
have to come to the meetings. We can
Noon.
come to you.
I'm pretty
Fridays.
sure. I'm pretty sure if I'm going to call myself a Rotarian, I should come to the meetings. I'm just saying. So
But a
Well,
good
yeah.
Rotarian is someone who does the work even nobody's looking.
yep,
No.
yep. Okay,
Mhm.
this has been a wonderful episode.
It is.
Hey, check out the what is it? Website? Is there a social media page? Where do you want people to go?
RotaryMcKinney.org.
RotaryMcKinney.org. We'll put that in the show notes as well as on the description of the YouTube video. And let's do it again. Why not? Betty Petkovsek and Anca Wetegrove.
Yay!
And,
That's good. You're
yeah.
good.
This has been a
Funny
wonderful episode. Thanks for coming out and for all that you do for Rotary Club of McKinney and the city as a whole. And that's all for now, folks. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you both.
Thanks again for listening to and watching the McKinney Podcast. We drop a brand new episode every Monday morning. We'd love to connect with you and hear your thoughts, suggestions, and guest recommendations. You can message us on Facebook or send an email to us at mail@mckinneypodcast.com. This entire production is a passion project for James and Fred and our lovely wives, Elizabeth and Allison. We're so grateful to have you along for the journey. We look forward to seeing you again next week and hopefully in person around town. That's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Make it a great day.